Today, I will be surviving 100 days in the frozen apocalypse, which is not only filled with deadly mobs and my own stupidity, but will also freeze you to death if you don't find heat. But be aware, you can also overheat if you're close to lava too much. Is this mod harder than RL Craft? How much can I accomplish in 100 days? I guess you will have to see. And now, let's.
Day 0. I spawn right next to pumpkins and sugarcane, which is very lucky considering I died in previous runs trying to find sugarcane.
I found sugarcane?
So already, this seems like a god spawn.
No!
Now, as any Minecraft world starts, punching a tree. But because this isn't any Minecraft world, I had to find shelter quickly. Before I froze to death, I made a campfire to warm up, and shortly after, I expanded my base. I started mining, because our first mission was to find a sustainable food source. And luckily, the caves had an easily reproducible food. Cave roots. Cave roots are found in caves growing on the walls. Now, while they are easy to acquire, sadly, they only have a chance of actually dropping from the roots. And they give very little hunger. Acquiring them, I completed the quest, which gave me the cave roots themselves. And now, I could grow my own in my base. And the first goal was completed. After that, I started to acquire some iron, and crafting a shield, and the fire stick, which would set mobs ablaze, because the cold has made the monsters only stronger, and fire was my only chance of defeating them. After expanding my cave root farm a little, I crafted some iron armor and tools. Day 1. I kept acquiring iron to finish my set and have some spare, until I found fiery glass. Don't worry, I'll explain it quick. It's basically coal, but better. After that, I chopped a tree, made a chest, and a flint and steel for warmth. Anyway, I went back to mining, and we will be doing a lot of that. Also, creepers are vegan now, and they have children. Then I found a chest, and it had dripstone on it, so it couldn't possibly. Never mind, it appears I stumbled upon a mimic. It did a lot of damage, but in the end, oneself is their biggest enemy. He jumped in the lava. Whatever, it's not like I wanted the cool loot he dropped. Well, at least there was a full anvil next to him. I got some more iron, and now it was time to get into some modded mechs. I went to search the cave for white shrooms, and let me just say, I was really glad that it took me like 2 minutes, and that there was exactly 4, which is exactly how much I needed. And these were only the first steps to acquire me new armor and tools. I also found a zombie villager, which I definitely won't forget where he is. Finally, day 2. I mined a bit more and acquired some more shrooms, which I used to craft the Petal Apothecary, and also started a small farm. It ain't much, but it's honest work. I felt sleepy, so I used the tattered cloth, which I acquired from the quest book, to make wool and craft a bed. Day 3. Alright, time for some magic. I placed water in the thing, and then put the white shrooms in it, and pumpkin seeds, to make the pure daisy, which made things live. More specifically, it turned stone into living rock, and worthless birch into living wood. I used some of the living rock to make a mana pool, which would, well, store mana. I used the living wood to craft the mana spreader. But there was one thing missing, the source for mana. Oh, and the forest one, which would control this stuff. Day 4. I got some redstone for redstone purposes and explored deeper in the caves. Oh wow, pretty biome. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for brown shrooms. Once again, it had exactly as many as I needed. I returned to the surface and made the endo flame, which was able to turn fuel into mana. I did some redstone magic so it would keep dispensing fuel. It wasn't 100% effective, but it did the job. Finally, after all those steps, I could turn my iron ingots into mana steel. I only had enough for a sword. Day 5. I got some lava for a quest and coal for mana. Also, the mana thing was too slow, so I made another endo flame. I kept turning my iron into mana steel and crafted a mana tablet, which was actually very important because otherwise mana steel stuff would be useless. You see, the mana steel tablet can store mana in your inventory, and the mana steel stuff needs mana. Day 6. I tried going outside, but noped out as soon as I saw a wraith. You see, the wraith is very dangerous, because if he manages to hit you, he will give you the chilled effect, which blocks you from healing any health for 2 minutes. Anyway, it was time I crafted the mana steel armor. Alright, not really. I didn't have enough for a helmet, so I went mining while the mana was generated. But I found something terrifying. A spider. And let me tell you, it being able to just crawl on walls is terrifying. Luckily, I managed to take no damage, and the final piece was done. I also found out I got a mana ring from the quest book, which was the mana tablet, except I could wear it. So, goodbye mana tablet. I returned to the caves to look for better stuff, and would you look at that, my first diamonds. Unfortunately, it was just 4, and I needed 5. Day 7. Skeleton. I found the rest of the diamonds I needed, and why not grab some lapis? I got in trouble with a couple of husks, but they were no problem, for I had a 2-block high ground. It appears they were guarding some moonstone, and let me tell you, you can't get it with iron tools. This stuff is better than diamonds! Speaking of, I returned for a couple of seconds to craft the diamond pick. They yearn for the mines. I got some obsidian. Day 8. I got distracted and mined more diamonds. I harvested my sugarcane, and now let me tell you how to get leather. First, you combine 5 rotten flesh into guess what? Combined flesh, and then cook it into leather. So simple. And finally, the enchantment table was born. I enchanted my armor with Prot 1 and my sword with Sharpness 1. And then things went very wrong. I tried getting this fiery glass, but accidentally activated this weird spawner, which didn't seem like a problem until I got cornered and saw that they had witches. Not to mention spiders who can climb. Son of a... I overreacted a little. No, you... Okay, this is ridiculous. At least there were some diamonds. Okay, if I gotta be honest, I was going for no death, but this spawn was too good. Who knows, maybe if I get 10k views, it's worth doing it in hardcore. Okay, I have no idea why it wasn't on. I set it on hardcore, but it didn't activate. Anyway, forget about it. If it was hardcore, I would have put it in the title. Creepy spider. I found some moonstone, and this time I mined them with a diamond pick. Day 9. Oh, free string. Oh no, a witch. Surely I won't die again. I knew it! Okay, that was just stupid. I sacrificed some of my diamonds for a mana pylon, which was like a bookshelf, but better. Then I attempted to craft a fell pumpkin. Then I made a smithing table, cause I got a moonstone block from a quest. So when I crafted a diamond chestplate, I could make it into a moonstone one. I tried enchanting it, but I didn't have any levels, but it was still better. Day 10, I expanded my base a little, and my cave root farm. Then I went fishing for 6 minutes for a quest. I went to the caves to find some amber and gold. Day 11, more diamonds and moonstone. I found a mineshaft, but I wasn't going to explore that yet. And then I crafted the Ars Excelsia, which was another quest. And oh boy, was this a whole new world of complicated mechanics, which will be very good for a single thing. More on that later. Meanwhile, day 12, I got mixed up in the fell pumpkin recipe again, which I needed to craft a cocoon of caprice, which was the key to getting animals, because this cocoon was magical. But my dumbass was so impatient, I decided breaking it was a good idea. On another note, I took some moss which the creepers drop and bone mealed it to acquire some grass and seeds, and started my wheat farm and mystery seed farm. Then I used the grass for a quest. I made another cocoon of caprice, but this time I'm not going to break it. Cause this time, while I waited, I got some living rock and a mana diamond to craft the runic altar, which would allow me to make some runes. Day 13, so that's exactly what I did. I sacrificed my fishing rod to craft the rune of water, cause I wasn't planning on using it anyway. Then, I used the mana seeds that I acquired from infusing grass with mana to craft the Horn of the Wild and the Horn of Covering for a quest. And it could also be used to clear snow around you, which would be good if I tried to clear it out anyway. Day 14, I checked out on the Cocoon Cave. No, I didn't say Goon Cave for those who think they're funny and are writing in the comments, I thought he said the Goon Cave lol with 3 L's period. From all the animals I got KFC. Anyway, I made some floral fertilizer and grew some mystical flowers, which are like the shrooms, but they would spawn on the surface if it wasn't frozen. Anyways, I had to get every variant if I wanted to complete the quest. I decided it was a good idea to make a staircase, finally, to speed up my movement. With my newfound movement, I finished the quest and got the Rune of Summer. Also, the chicken had grown up. By the way, if there's large gaps between days, it's mostly because I'm either looking at recipes or quests, or doing something more casual like getting more coal for mana or harvesting cave roots. And now, the mystery seed reveal. Yeah, we got that. It's industrial, I swear. Day 15. I made a trash can. I attempted to make a nether portal, but it was just too damn hot. The lava was overheating me. I tried extinguishing it, but there was just too much. And I don't know why, but I decided it's a good idea to make it anyway. And literally seconds after, I decided to just mine the obsidian to rebuild it. Let's go. I spawned in a nether blue forest, or whatever is the name, and I instantly spotted what I needed. Quartz. You see, to craft a moonstone block, you didn't need a bunch of moonstone. Okay, you do need that as well, but you need a single quartz. Anyway, I used it to make moonstone pants. Day 16, I crafted the straw doll for a previous quest and had no idea what to do with it. And even when editing, I don't think it has any purpose. Also, it was about time when I realized how good getting the chicken first was. Because unlike other entities, it could make eggs, to make more chickens, to make more KFC. So I set up a little egg farm, which will soon provide me with chickens. I went to the caves to pick up some useless lead, which wasn't as useless as before. You see, if you combine lead with iron, it creates pewter, which wouldn't as useless, but lead itself still was. I smelted it into ingots and made a crucible, which I didn't realize how good it was yet, but it was actually one step closer to the thing I was talking about. Day 17. I made a brazier cause it's also an important component in the mechanics, and a quest. Then I discovered I can craft a discount brewing stand, which wouldn't allow me to increase durations or make potions better, but other than that, it was the same. But I had no intentions to make potions, so it wasn't that useful. I crafted some stone hands to assist my brazier and tried this one ritual. Well, that's anticlimactic. Day 18. I know what I need. I need the undead. I went outside to tell the zombies I had candy and lured them closer. I summoned thy Jesus to cast judgment, thy pitiful creature. Rup! Hey, would you look at that? He dropped some soul shards. Now we just had to figure out where to get more undead. I also discovered the quest for making the apothecary stand gave me netherwort, so I was able to make a netherwort farm. Afterwards, I went to the caves to find some husks and did a shiny concert. Yeah, I'm just that hot. Okay, that joke's terrible. Who wrote that? I could have used ritualed them to death. Day 19. Moving on, I tried finding more zombies, but there were none. Day 20. Yeah, day 19 was kinda boring. Anyways, I started learning how to use the crucible, because it took me some time to figure it out. Anyway, I used it to make arcane gold, which I could use for a lot of stuff, like this useless goblet that I crafted for a quest and spent 4 arcane gold on. Day 21. I figured out how to power the apothecary stand and brew, I guess, the base, because I just needed it for a quest. Hey, I see a pattern. I'm just following quests. Then I made a magic workbench, which I'll use for like a single thing. I summoned a witch and gave it my Ars Excelsior for an autograph. Afterwards, she splashed me with poison. Oh, you know, like any celebrity does. Apparently she gave me a chant, which I guess you already know what I'm going to say. It was not useful. Day 22. I switched it up a little and made the fire rune, cause I had the materials now. I also went looking for some fiery glass and ran into this weird skeleton. Day 23. I decided to explore the mineshaft I found and got ambushed by a normal skeleton this time. Then I ran into a special zombie that I had some trouble killing, and all it dropped was some enchantment I didn't know. And oh no, a child appears. Fear not, for this child's weakness was the high ground. Give up, I have the high ground, child. He was also nice enough to leave me a carrot. So my cave root days were slowly coming to an end. You will be remembered, sassy lost child. There's a reference for those who know. I returned to the surface to the uncrafted fire rune to craft it, cause I got distracted for a whole day. Day 24, I also crafted the earth and air rune while at it, and the quest for it gave me 3 mana pearls, so that's cool. Oh, and I made the mana rune as well, and finally upgraded my pickaxe to a mana steel one. Day 25, I gathered all of the infinity stones to snap in a terrestrial augmentation plate. Day 26, it was time for the single thing I was hyping up all this time, the Soul Enchanter, which was kind of OP. You see, unlike a normal enchanter, you don't need a level requirement or any bookshelves. Instead, you use soul shards to get single enchants. But how about upgrading them? You see, each level of enchant takes a level of your XP bar and a single soul shard. You can continue this process till your enchantments are maxed out. It doesn't include mending though, or any curses. But to use this, I would need a lot of soul shards and an XP farm. So that's what I'm planning on next. Cause I had the genius idea of angering pigmen. Cause it's just free soul shards. They come right at you in big hordes. Then I instantly use them to get Prot 4 and other enchants like cooling. And you would think it would make me immune to heat, but actually it didn't help at all. And boy was this day productive. I also made a backpack and a belt, so now I would have more space, and I don't know what the belt does. I crafted it for the quest. Speaking of quests, the backpack quest, guess what? Gave me another backpack. Day 27. These caves are getting tiring, but I did need redstone for rituals. Then I went to do rituals with the pigmen again, and it was very effective. Day 28. I stopped the rituals and went home. I also had an unclaimed quest for acquiring seeds, which gave me a cow. Why he looks so weird. Day 29. I got a Chiloo. 3 of them actually, but I saved the others for emergencies. When you're locked in the basement but you're just a Chiloo. Okay, by the time I'm uploading, the chill guy probably is irrelevant. I gave the animals some grass, because the Chiloo could dig up food. I also received the food book. Give me a minute before I explain it. I crafted diamond boots. No, not for wearing, for a quest. That gave me a full-on netherite ingot, which I won't forget. Alright, the food book. It introduces you to food diversity, which basically means the more different foods you eat, the healthier you are. And with that, I mean I could gain more hearts. So checking my diet now is important. Great! Day 30. Oh, just great. The stupid cow got stuck in the stupid chicken chamber. Thank you, cow. Very cool. Back on the food topic, though. Not that cow isn't food. Sorry, I crafted the lunchbox, which would let me store all the food I have and pick out the best food for more diversity. I didn't know how to use it yet. Never mind, I figured it out. This also meant I had to expand the farm and planted the carrot that the child gave me. And the potato the Chiloo dug up. Day 31. I used the hemp for industrial reasons and made wool because now I could craft a flower pouch to free up the space. Day 32. I made some weakness potions in case I was planning on curing a zombie villager. Then I crafted the Elementopedium, which was another world of mechanics and quests. Oh hey, a cockatrice. No, it's twins! Poor thing, he was born from a rotten egg. Day 33. I crafted some element stuff, like the container to store elements. The idea was to be able to use the elements, but I didn't have any interest in that because I thought my fire aspect was enough. It also took so much crafting that I had to go get a bunch more iron. When I went to look for elements, I found the wind element, but it was getting dark, so I didn't want to stick around. Day 34. Oh hey, the diversity gave me another heart. I finally started using the backpack to store containers, and to be fair, I forgot it was on. I found the earth element, yay, and the water element, yay. Unfortunately, I didn't find the fire element, my specialty. I'll find you one day. A bit of iron. Day 35. I lied. It was a bunch of iron, and I drenched it in water for some reason, but it only had enough for a single one, so I went to get more. Day 36. Wait, I forgot to pick up my watch from my dream. Day 37. Oops, I overslept. I'm sure that doesn't matter. I tried making a contraption to speed up the element process, but it didn't work, so I had to do it manually. Day 38. I needed more water element and it was getting kinda cold, so I used my arson powers to start a forest fire to serve as a campfire. Oh no. I think I overdid it because I started overheating. Also, I removed the door because it was letting fog inside. Day 39. Where are you, fire element? The elements are powerless without you. I know what will boost my mood. KFC. Back to the exploration. I searched mountains for it, but it was never to be seen. Day 40. Without fire element, I'm done with the elements. I found this weird piglin golem or whatever, and for a second I thought he was a friend. Nope, he was very violent, but generous, because when he died, he dropped a golden apple. And when this frog showed up, I instantly knew it was very annoying. The same day I realized there was a fortress literally 200 blocks from my portal. What an amazing discovery. And I instantly found the Nether Eye, which was one of the 12 required custom eyes to enter the end dimension. But right now, it didn't have any meaning to me. Day 41. That wasn't my only discovery, as I saw the piglins built an entire bastion in the middle of the fortress. I'm not sure that's how castles or war works, but okay. Most tragic thing was that the piglins were right next to the blaze spawner, but using my bow, it wasn't a problem. Farmed up some blazes, and you may be asking, why do you need blaze rods if you can't use the ender eyes anyway? Well, you see, potions, modded recipes, and nether eyes for recipes. Answered all questions? No, I didn't. They are also a good source of XP. And then I killed some pigmen, and just listen to this. Anyway, I enchanted my helmet with the scout enchant, which allowed me to outline mobs that were either behind walls or inside a storm. Day 42. Disaster struck as I used the blaze powder to craft a spark, and this was a big mistake. No, not crafting a spark, but my own stupidity. I mean, if I used it properly, it was fine. Anyways, I connected the spark to the terrestrial augmentation plate, or TAP for short, and I attempted to craft the terrace steel. Little did I know, it needed way more mana, so I practically just wasted all of the mana I had generated. I went to get more fuel for mana in panic, but that was a mistake, cause now also my materials were gone. So this is truly a terrifying day. Day 43. All that stress has made me thirsty, so I decided to make a mug of truffle hot chocolate. A true delicacy, even among rich people. And there was no way this could go wrong. So I went for some milk. When I was getting the milk though, the chickens decided they had enough of my KFC and decided to rebel by killing the cow.
Why do I have cow meat?
Well, it's not like I needed him anyway, I already got the milk. So I was able to make the mots. I had some unclaimed rewards, and I can't believe it. The reward for getting the netherite is one of the best accessories. The obsidian skull. When taking fire damage, it activates fire resistance for 30 seconds, which means I could farm blazes so easily now. Day 44. I mined just a little bit and got resources for a new flower. Day 45. I made the mana rune again because it was the final ingredient for Rosa Arcana, aka the second, if not best flower to generate mana, because it turned XP into mana. So now I definitely needed an XP farm. Also, I had to decide where to place it as the hydro flower suddenly dies, so I guess that made it easier. It was also the day I got familiar with the crate mod, which was actually the first steps to my XP farm. I crafted a little bit of everything, but most importantly the cart assembler, which I would use to transform the spawner where I want it to be. But I also needed a minecart for that. Day 46. I constructed the XP farm place
and I think by the lava it was obvious it was going to be a blaze farm. Which is stupid, cause this is the overworld, but I'm sure with Crate Mod you can transform the spawner. Day 47, I went to the nether to pick up the blaze spawner. All I had to do is place a rail, then the minecart loader, then the minecart, and a lever. Click it and click it and click it. Click it. Okay, how about I just unflick the lever? Yeah, of course I didn't die. Don't pay any attention to the inventory arrangement. So we are going to put that debt in the BS corner and forget about it. Anyways, it appears I still was able to move the minecart though. So I'm going to attempt getting it to the overworld by hand. Day 48. That wasn't so hard. I just had to break the rails and place them in front of it. All the way. Day 49. Unfortunately, to get it up, I needed powered rails. So I had to go back and make some. Ghasts are very annoying. Boom! Back to sender. Not your crush. I'm sorry, that's terrible. Anyway, the time has come that a man brings a blaze spawner to an overworld for the first time. Yeah, that won't work. Which meant I spent the entirety of day 46 for nothing. And I had to make a new one next to the portal. Day 50. The good news is nether blaze farms have been tested and proven to work. Time to excavate. After a while, the farm was almost done. All I had to do is release the blazes. Day 51. Mission XP farm is complete, and it was time to start farming. Also, blaze rods can be used as fuel, which means infinite fuel for mana. Not to mention the XP. I used some of the XP to get a new looting spree sword, cause the launch enchantment on the mana steel one wasn't gonna cut it. Now we're talking. With the amount of stuff I got, I had to make a chest. I also got a blaze kite for killing 50 blazes. I was like, whoa, what's this? Then I realized it does absolutely nothing. Day 52. I took the soul enchanter to the farm, cause it would be more effective than just going back to enchant stuff. Day 53. Still farming. Day 54. Still farming. Okay, who am I kidding? I did this till day 56. Day 56. Now I returned from the nether with a fully enchanted gear. I was powerful! Day 57. Where are the chickens? Well, it wasn't all bad. There was one left. I still couldn't figure out how to get the rest of the eyes. Well, chicken, I hope you enjoyed your childhood. But now that you're an adult, you need to work. On the same day, I decided to explore the Bastion, and I found the best thing in the game. Big step. No one's getting my disc. I would start a war for it. You two though, don't snitch on me. Day 58. It was harvest day, and I previously wanted to see if the cockatrice would be any help in the Bastion, and since he couldn't get into the portal, he just teleported and interrupted me now. Don't worry, it's not like I would ever kill him. Remember food diversity? Well, I cooked up some good stuff. I also found a new chapter in the quest book. Day 59. I went and completed some quests and got blueberries for diversity, some obsidian and bees. That opens me to the possibility to get even more diversity. And then, while doing quests, I was about to stumble upon something awesome, something revolutionary. I discovered Google Maps. In other words, a map book. GPS? Waze? You get the idea. And unlike normal maps, I could put markers and infinitely explore everything without limitations. And in the storm, where I barely see anything, being able to see thousands of blocks on Google Maps was great. Afterwards, I went to the nether to kill a couple of these guys for golden apples. But my goal was to actually find some endermen, since I spawned in a warp forest. But it turns out the biome is like 100 blocks wide. Therefore, endermen didn't spawn as often. And what's more, my fire aspect made them just teleport away and die where I'm not. This is exactly the reason why I sometimes consider not having fire aspect. Day 60, I further decided that it's not worth my while, and I got some more golden apples. Additionally, I thought I could make some XP quickly. Unfortunately, the idea was good. My execution of it, once again, went poorly. Not only I had to deal with a legendary pigman, but I also had to deal with a baby pigman, because I didn't put slabs in the trap. After dealing with all that, the legendary pigman just didn't take any damage. I understand it now, and for some reason, a normal baby zombie showed up. How? Day 61. I got some slabs, so it was safe now. When I returned home, I started on the bee farm. But the problem was, I didn't have any flowers. Day 62. I tried putting in some lavender. For some reason, the bee just didn't come out. Day 63. I repaired my moonstone armor, because I didn't have mending. Continuing to day 64, I went to venture outside a bit. I don't remember why, probably for some fresh air. The same day, I finally upgraded from an iron axe to a diamond one. Yeah, I don't really know why I didn't do it earlier. I just didn't have any need for one. Anyways, now I did, because I needed silk touch for an axe. On day 65, I crafted a lot of campfires. And if you connect the dots, silk touch, campfires, and a map to not get lost, yup, I could go outside. And if I wanted warmth, I didn't need to do arson or write down chords. I found some normal flowers. Considering I wasn't far, I put them in the bee place in hopes they would make honey. Back to adventuring, the campfires were definitely helping. I found this boat structure which had a diamond. I guess wherever I go, I see diamonds. Next to it though was a ruined portal that had nothing interesting. Also, I discovered the map book showed you nearby structures on it. And then I stumbled upon a witch's hut. Yeah, do you mind if I stay here? I could have sworn someone was here. I guess it's empty and all for me. Day 66. I found an abandoned house that had a skeleton party in the basement. Then I crafted a conflict between them so I could spare my durability. The loot wasn't of much use. The next structure I found was a small zombie tower, and I would consider that lucky because these things may have vexes. On day 67, I found this creepy house with a straw doll. He copied my setup. The same day, I finally found life. A frozen pig. It doesn't really help me, but it was a quest. Then I found a pig pen, which meant more food and diversity. Then I went to the house to which the pig pen belonged to, and guess what? It was a rich witch with a full-on enchantment table, which I didn't need, but I wouldn't mind taking the bookshelves. Furthermore, I saved some bees from the storm. Day 68, more skeletons and a disc. On top of that, I found a catacombs place, where this wraith attacked me. 1-star review. Not to mention, this place had a lot of zombie spawners, which gave me a vision of a super large zombie farm. But I needed resources for that. And boy, there's a bunch of zombies. And I trapped this one to never see light again.
Michael! Don't leave me here!
Whoa, what a view. It's nice knowing despite the storm, the ocean seemed unharmed. Then I did a little bit of murder, for murder reasons. Day 69! Hehehehe, the funny number day. More skeleton fight. I should make a whole tournament on skeletons. When I returned home, I sorted my stuff, and it appears I went from 10 campfires to 6. Weird. Day 70. I got a horse spawn egg,
and then expanded my base and animal farm a bit more. Day 71, I figured out blueberries work like sweet berries, and also made an air rune. On day 72, it was time for my rematch with the spawner, and with my gear that I had now and a bow, the mobs were no match. And I got some apple juice with a vegetable soup from an unclaimed quest. Finally, some good food. Then I made a straw golem, which would harvest crops for me, even if he tried to escape. Another thing I did was making the root of Adam, which I wanted for a recipe for a really cool item. But I got sidetracked, and instead farmed some of the golden apple guys. And on day 73, I even managed to take down an enderman. Yeah, you could say I farmed a small amount of the piglin golems. Day 74, I attempted to acquire some wither skulls, but just cause I'm lucky, doesn't mean I get what I want. I got an affix item, which seemed pretty rare, but seeing as it was a golden helmet, either way, I didn't need it. And I farmed wither skeletons till day 75, still without a skull in sight, but zombies apparently aren't rare here. Day 76, I wasted my time enchanting the helmet, thinking the enchantability meant how many levels of a single enchant I could get. But I couldn't be more wrong. But I didn't waste the entirety of that day, because I finally crafted the Cirrus amulet with the runes I've been making randomly these past days. And it gave me something far more valuable than strength: agility. More precise, I can double jump now. Day 77. Speaking of mobility, I had enough ender pearls to make a waystone, which in case I had another waystone, it would let me teleport back home. Now, with my newly found agility, I figured out how to find the rest of the 11 customize for the end dimension, and decided to start my search in the caves, cause you could find a couple of those there. And after a while, I found this improved dungeon with a lot more spawners in it, but the loot was mostly the same. And never mind, it had other side, the second best disc. And entering day 78, why not pick up some moonstone, amber, or diamonds? And look at this weird biome I found. It even connected to an ice cave and other cool ores and stuff, like sapphire, it's useless, and silver, which could make a powerful sword. Additionally, I found this weird skelefish, and once again, find another dungeon, this time filled with skeletons, that actually had a full-on anvil, and the skeletons that provided me with XP so I could repair my armor. Day 79, the scout enchantment explodes some mimics. This time, I can get their cool loot, like the villager hat accessory and the magnet. Fortunately, I didn't have any hat accessories yet, so I could wear it. As for the magnet, my belt slot was already taken. By now, I already had a stack of diamonds. The dumb thing was, I didn't think of converting them into blocks, so I wasted a lot of space. I fought more mimics, this time getting a glow accessory, which I also didn't have, and this one would apply fire aspect to any melee hit. I also fell for the oldest trick in the book, trap chest. Furthermore, I killed my last mimic of the day, and what he dropped was hilarious. It was a cloud in a bottle, which enables you to double jump. Guess what? I can already do that, so if I wore it, I could do triple jump. But unfortunately, it needed my belt slot free, which was taken. But it was still a cool item. Day 80. I finally found the first eye I was looking for, the lost eye, which was found in mine shafts. 10 more to go. On top of that, I stumbled upon this seemingly infinite lava cave, and I got a little overwhelmed by how large it was. That's what she said. Oh, don't take that out of context. Day 81. Yup, a whole day went past like that, and I'm still in this cave. Really goes to show how large it was. Then something unexpected happened. I found another eye, the old eye, which was weird, because I thought you could only find it in the desert pyramid. Anyway, 9 more to go. Day 82. I decided to go to the surface to get some fresh air, and found a frozen village, as well as kill this random enderman that spawned. And I was in luck, because this guy, with my looting, dropped 4 ender pearls, which was enough for a waystone. So gathering some wood from cave trees, I got a crafting table, and using my GPS to locate the structure, I decided to put the waystone there, and go back home. Here's what we got: 2 new eyes, around 3 stacks of diamonds, a stack of moonstone, a bit of silver, amber, and XP. And most importantly, other side, day 83. I made some more chests to further extend my mess of a storage, and let the rows turn my XP into mana. Then, of course, I was planning on making more cocoons with my amber. It also appeared that the straw golem had rotted away. I hope he didn't smoke any of my hemp. Poor guy. After creating my cocoons, I waited for them to hatch. First mob, the pig. Second mob, Pigga! And a new cow, day 84. I tried getting even more animals, but it appears from the 2 cocoons I placed, only a wolf remained. So I suspect he killed a sheep that came from the other one. Don't worry, I'll make sure to punish you by trapping you in an eternal prison, like all Minecraft dogs end up. I hatched another pig and a cow, so I could breed some of them. Along with that, I claimed the quest for getting one of the eyes, and it gave me some useless armor and a mounted worm cannon. Day 85. I got the achievement for breeding animals together. Day 86. I killed some of these weird guys for a quest. Besides that, I ran into this stupidly annoying bird. Like bro, you're not the ender dragon. Day 87. I got some XP and repaired my armor again. I really could use some mending. Not to mention, I acquired some more ender pearls. And on day 88, frickin' finally, a single wither skeleton skull. 1 out of 3. I went to explore further and found another bastion. I wasn't there really for the loot, but I wanted some end crystal ore for a quest. Besides, the chest didn't have anything I needed. Here it is, the ore I wanted. Day 89. Of course I didn't just take the ore. They had a lot of gold in the middle, not to mention a netherite ingot. On top of that, I gave all my gold to some piglin for a mere 4 ender pearls. Your punishment for scamming? Death! In addition, I found a long lost fire element, but at this point I didn't have much interest in it anymore. The GPS located a nearby nether fortress, but didn't have much use for me. I also found brimstone, which apparently spawned in the basalt biome. It was a quest thing. When I returned home and put the loot in a chest, I prepared to venture outside by making 2 hollow waystones and some greater eyes of ender that would lead me to any structure I wanted to find. Day 91. I set out to find a pillager outpost for my next eye. Day 92. I slept in one of these structures so I wouldn't travel at night. My skeleton chant also gave away this worm thing. It dropped its egg and wing things. No thank you, I don't need more worms. After a while, I finally found the pillager outpost. It appears they had some changes, like trapped creepers and a town hall chest with a blast-proof plating. Then I found a guy that's obsessed with the creepers, who just threw them at me, which was annoying. Then I hid in their walls, waiting for an opportunity to attack. From within the walls, I killed them one by one, until the ultimate pillager showed up. This guy was very elite and hard to kill, so hard that I decided to just let him be. And psych, now I own your tower, cause I'm on top. And I found the corrupted eye. 8 more to go. I decided to sleep so I could continue at day. Day 93. I prepared to leave and decided my next objective was the woodland mansion. Away we go! And looking for the mansion, disaster struck. Lightning.
thundering in the sky. It's a storm. It's random lightning. No,
What was that?
it's much worse. It was...
What?
an electric dragon. There was no running. It could fly and break blocks. There was no escape. My only choice was to fight back. I got some swings in, but the dragon kept good distance. He blasted me into the ground, but that won't be enough to kill me. I ate my golden apples to heal up, and got temporary shelter from it underground. What I didn't realize is I could have fled using a waste storm, but I also thought I could win. No, I got too carried away. I had to heal quick. What? I didn't pay enough attention to my health. That was it. My story ends here. I lost everything. So yeah, it's currently day 95 because I tried getting my stuff back. I didn't succeed because it was too far. And this is what's left of my armor. Well, I guess that's too bad. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. And maybe I will repeat this challenge in hardcore. Also, theoretically, it has an infinite storm, which means I can do this. Wow, I got to day 100. So if anyone asks, tell them I survived till day 100 and died to the dragon. Yep, just forget the last 5 minutes and 7 days.